Hello there everyone and welcome to the channel. So recently I was doing research in the Star Wars guide, The Jedi Path. I came across what's known as the 3 Pillars of the Jedi. These are the core of what the Jedi aspire to be and who they are. So in today's video I wanted to go over each one and break them down to help give you guys a better understanding of the Jedi and their beliefs. I'll be getting most of my information from the Jedi Path, like I said, and excerpts written by several ancient Jedi who give their takes on the 3 pillars. Unsurprisingly, the first pillar of the Jedi is the Force. Jedi are blessed with the Force in their every moment. For a Jedi, the universe is not cold or directionless because the Force gives them purpose to help use their gift for the good of others and the galaxy. There are 2 main aspects of the Force that the Jedi writing this excerpt, Sabla Mandabu, talks about. The first one is the living Force. The living Force is the life energy that is created by living things. It's what's happening in the Force at the moment. The living Force connects and feeds into the cosmic Force. According to Salba Mandabu, Jedi Force abilities such as running, jumping, moving objects, and others come from the living Force. Now the next aspect of the Force Salba Mandabu talks about is the unifying Force. I'm paraphrasing a bit, but Salba Mandabu describes the unifying Force as a vast cosmic power. The stars and the galaxy's rippling surface of space and time. It is the unifying Force that tells a Jedi their destiny and the will of the Force. Salba Mandabu was a Jedi seer whose job it was to look into the future and help interpret things for the Jedi. So it makes sense that a seer, who has to look into the future, believes that it's important to understand and use the unifying Force. Now, although it's in the Jedi path, some Jedi, such as Yoda, don't trust the unifying Force and believe that it's too mysterious and clouded. And many practitioners of the unifying Force also tended to use both the light side and the dark side. Some who believed in the unifying Force, such as Jason Solo, who later became Darth Kaitis, believed that there was no dark and light side. So what I'm trying to say is this interpretation of the unifying Force is somewhat unique and very specific to this certain Jedi, and it definitely wasn't utilized by all Jedi. Now the second pillar of the Jedi is knowledge. Knowledge is a staple in the Jedi Order, and this pillar ties back to the second line of the Jedi Code. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge. The Jedi archives in the days before the Empire were a vast resource of knowledge that had information, some of which could not be found anywhere else in the galaxy. The archives were divided up into 4 wings. One contained the history and philosophy of the Order. Students could come here and learn about the Order and the galaxy's history, and learn from the mistakes of the past. The second wing contained math and science data. I guess even Jedi need to know math and science. The third wing had information on geography and politics. It was important for Jedi to understand the political structure of the galaxy. Although Jedi should be serving the will of the Force, it helps to understand the different politics on various planets, so that they know how to better assist them. The fourth wing, which is the last wing, had data on nature and diversity of living things. The Force exists in all living things, including animals, and understanding this can help a Jedi understand the Force better. That brings us to the last pillar, self-discipline. The life of a Jedi can be very difficult and requires an enormous amount of self-control and restraint. In order for a Jedi to have self-discipline, they need to align their body, mind, and spirit to the will of the Force. One way a Jedi could do this is to meditate. Jedi initiates were required to meditate a minimum of 5 times a day. Meditating in the Force could rejuvenate a Jedi's body and sharpen their mind, making them alert and disciplined. There were several different types of meditation that Jedi utilized. One form was called empty meditation, which purges a Jedi's negative emotions and lets one step back from attachment. Another form was moving meditation. Moving meditation is an awake state that reduces stress and increases focus on a task. Rising meditation broadens a Jedi's connection with the Force, so much so that Jedi often found themselves levitating in the air. Self-discipline was extremely important to the Jedi. Mastering self-discipline was crucial to being able to utilize the other 2 pillars. You need self-discipline in order to use the Force, and to properly study so that you can gain knowledge. So those are the 3 pillars of the Jedi. Each pillar encompasses what they do as Jedi and helps to reinforce the precepts of the Jedi Code. A Jedi's job is very difficult and full of many trials and tribulations. These pillars were able to help Jedi understand who they were and what the will of the Force was. Now before I end the video, I just wanted to encourage you guys to check out the Jedi Path for yourself. It's a really enjoyable read and helped me learn a lot more about the Jedi and the Force. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. May the Force be with you all.